Real Estate Investing Success St. Louis Season 2 is proudly sponsored by the industry-certified construction experts at ARS Construction. Let's face it, your property is ugly as ARS Construction does it right. From roofing to exterior to all your interior needs. For a free roofing estimate, call now at 844-445-ROOF. That's 844-445-7663. Or visit advancedroofsys.com. That's advancedroofsys.com. ARS Construction. Roofing and construction done right. Good day, investors. I'm Antonio Holman, founder of United States Real Estate Investor at UnitedStatesRealEstateInvestor.com, and welcome to Real Estate Investing Success St. Louis Season 2, where I chat with successful real estate investors about the ins and outs and the ups and downs of the real estate investing industry right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Let's get into today's conversation. From money pit rehabbing and remodeling to exploring and problem solving for clients to now a realtor and marketing expert who assesses the viability of real estate projects for top dollar resale, Lori Sharpsteen is a real estate investing success. Okay, Lori, so are you ready to talk real estate investing with me today?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited.
Okay, awesome. You're in a beautiful spot. It's a beautiful day where you're at. So yeah, that's the feeling of real estate investing, I think.
Yeah, right, absolutely. So you've got to be out and about wherever, whenever.
Oh, yeah. All right. So aside from your real estate investing world, tell us a little bit about your personal life.
Oh, wow. Okay. About my personal life. I'm a Chicago native. I've lived in the St. Louis area for 30 plus years, but like most Chicagoans, I'm still a Chicagoan. I am married. I've got 3 daughters. My oldest is 31, married with kids, also a realtor, also a partner on my team. And she does a lot of the work with investors and with non-traditional housing. I've got a 25-year-old daughter, lives out in Denver, and then a 17-year-old daughter that I'm just trying to figure out how to transition her from virtual schooling into college. Who knew that this is where we'd be at, right?
I'm telling you, that's such a headache for everybody. A lot of these kids are getting depressed. A lot of kids are getting to the point to where they don't even want to go back to regular school. Some are missing school terribly. So it's all across the board. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it is. It's just a reality of the world that we're in right now. So whatever normal is going to turn out to be, we're just all going to have to flex and figure it out as we go along, right?
Yeah,
which is what we have to do in real estate investing too.
Okay. So what one word or phrase describes the reason why you got into real estate investing and why?
Improvement. Probably, meaning I love the process of being part of a project, of taking sometimes a derelict property or a property that has a lot more value to it than is currently being utilized, and design it into something that is both great for the marketplace, great for the end buyer, and a great business opportunity for the person who decided to take the risk and actually put the work in.
So with that, which is interesting, this may tie into what you just said, but what's your favorite aspect of real estate investing?
Identifying those diamonds in the rough and helping to work with my team of contractors and investors to really determine its highest and best use and how to get it there most profitably. Because I come from a business background as well. I used to be a store manager for Lowe's, so profitability is pretty important in the investor world. So it's easy for people to fall in love with some cool old house that they want to save, but not all houses can be saved that way.
So being from Lowe's, that kind of gives you kind of an inside track and thought process in this industry, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I like to say that, I just converted from selling parts of homes to the entire house.
Right.
And worked with a significant part of that business is working with contractors and helping them with their profitability and finding the best tools and resources. And through that process, I managed a plumbing department. So, I can put in your water heater. I recognize furnace and HVAC issues and plumbing. And so I can walk through a home and really help identify what those key trouble spots and money spots are going to be before you even have to get a contractor in there.
Wow, you got the inside track. That's good. That's good. So now, first of all, we all know real estate investing, it's up and down. It's a roller coaster no matter what you do. Something always looks good and something always goes wrong. Throughout your real estate investing journey, what do you think is that time when you felt most unsuccessful?
When I most unsuccessful is when I was called into a project too late in the game to be able to save it. So for example, walking into a beautiful home in Webster Groves that had already been gutted, already been started, but the out-of-state investor who purchased it had made some really poor choices in their partners. So their contractor took $60,000 and disappeared and left them with a gutted shell. Their previous real estate agent had really not done them any service either. The floor plan that they had planned for the property was not going to work. So really the only way for them to get out of it was just to take some loss and try to sell it to someone else. But it was a beautiful home and a really highly invested and active investor who really just wanted to do the right thing. But because they chose the wrong people for their team, it just never got completed.
Wow. Yeah, that describes the roller coaster for sure. Wow. So in your real estate investing business, what is your current goal right now?
My current goal is to partner with investors, particularly ones who are newer. I have what I see is a lot of people think that it's going to be just like the way it looks on TV, right? You just magically find a cool property, you buy the property, and then you try to find a contractor, and then you try to finish it up. And that's not how it really works. So I like to be able to educate new investors, because to me, as a realtor who also sells to owner occupants, that's how I can best impact our low inventory issues. If I can help an investor find the right property, make good profitability, get in and out of it quickly, then that gives me more useful inventory instead of, all of the bad inventory that I have to deal with now on the marketplace. So I love being able to help connect those early investors with the right contractors and the right people who are really going to help them. And I also like helping to educate, and here comes a truck. I also really like being able to help educate investors as to what that sales process is going to look like. Oftentimes they don't really know what that sales contract looks like when they get it. What does it mean when you accept an FHA loan? What are those contingencies in the contract, and how can I help someone avoid some of the more expensive pitfalls that actually come up between contract and close? So I've done seminars at REIAs where we actually just sat down and went paragraph by paragraph through the traditional 9-page sales contract, because when you're trying to sell it, that's what's going to come to you, and you need to know what's in it and how to be able to assess it. And by knowing what's in it, if you know that you've got to deal with occupancy, if you know what FHA looks like, you can plan those repairs into the front end of your project, and they're already paid for.
Now, as a realtor and a real estate investor, do you feel that there's, I don't know about all the time, but occasionally, do you feel that there's a conflict between those two worlds that hold you back or actually help you? What do you feel about that?
I feel like we make our own opportunities and we choose our viewpoint of how we want to view things. So yes, there can be a barrier to that. both sides just need to be able to really be open and honest about what they can do and what they're able to do. The challenge comes when there's misunderstandings, when investors, for example, both sides of this, the realtor and the investor, the main reason you're in this is because it's your source of income and you need to run a profitable business. So on the realtor side, it's not profitable if an agent is spending 4 hours a day running a million CMAs for properties that they're not going to really be part of the transaction. So being able to sort of set those parameters in the beginning and saying, this is how I can help you. This is why I want to help you, and this is how I could make something out of it while I help you be more profitable. So I tell a lot of my investors, I am not the best person. If you're out looking for that diamond in the rough property, you're not going to find it on the MLS. You're probably not going to find it through a realtor. You're going to find it through wholesalers, and I work with a lot of those as well, and maintain a database of those properties for my clients. But teaching an investor how to develop those tools for themselves, and then when you're ready to sell that property, that's when you really need me the most, because I know what sells, and I know how to sell it, and I know how to market it, and I'm going to be able to get you top dollar. So some investors find that useful, and others don't. Everybody's business model is different, and that's okay.
Yeah. So as we were talking before we got started, we were talking about technology.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, what is your favorite real estate investing technology that you use?
Wow. Favorite real estate technology that I use? Probably my CMA. My database management tool. It has abilities. It has IA abilities, so it can have text conversations for me without me having to be completely involved in it. And it allows me to be able to touch a much bigger, to cast a much wider net than if I'm trying to go old school and trying to keep track of things myself individually through notepads and sort of the old school way. So really, it's a matter of trying to streamline and finding tools that are going to work best for whatever your objective is.
Mm-hmm. So these days, what does your real estate investing portfolio look like?
Really, I'm not currently holding any properties. I have 5 or 6 different clients that I'm working for, helping them find properties. Also, my company name is Out of the Box Properties, and one of the agents on my team focuses and specializes very, very specifically in non-traditional housing. So we're working with some developers on tiny home villages and also some apartment complexes or apartment buildings that will be built out of shipping containers. And also identifying good projects for converting existing commercial properties into a residential property. So a lot of what I'm focused on right now with this agent has been working with municipalities in order to be able to approve projects like this, working with some nonprofits like the Community Veterans Project that's building a tiny home veterans project in North City, which is a location that really needs that kind of revitalization in order to help support a homeless veterans project. So my personal business now has been in supporting and helping to identify great projects for other investors to really wrap their hands around and then be able to help them through that process.
You know, that North City project, I mean, why hasn't that happened sooner? I mean, veterans need all the help they can get. That's what I think. I don't know what took so long.
This is such a cool project because they already have one up and running in Kansas City, and it's successful. So they were able to buy a bunch of LRA property. They're able to put it, right up around the vet hospital, and they'll be able to, for about $50,000 per unit, build a tiny home and completely outfit it, and then help work that veteran through the process to transition them in. And then out into their own existing housing. And then when they go, all of the things that were loaded into that tiny home, all of the blankets and pillows and all the household goods, all of that goes with them. So it's really designed to help give a certain population that really, really needs it, that foot up in that process to be able to move forward with their lives. And they're also, the same organization already has land in Colorado and in Texas. So this is going to end up being a big national drive. But I think it's amazing that St. Louis gets to be part of their early stages. And it also serves that dual purpose for us of really being able to utilize a part of our city that is undervalued and underutilized, right? So once we can move more businesses in, then that's just going to help revitalize that whole part of the city.
Now, I'm not really totally familiar with that program. Is it government funded at all?
Not currently. They will be.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Well, they did just get approval. They will have a significant amount of funding from the state of Missouri, actually from the medical marijuana initiatives.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But they've been able to get almost all of their funding privately, and that they kind of like that too, because that gives them a lot more control over the project. Yeah. But now they're getting big enough that they're able to bring in and get that some government funding as well.
Okay. I love that. Love it. Lori, if people want to learn more about you, how can they connect with you?
Wow, that's pretty easy. So you can find me all over Facebook through out of my business pages, Lori Sharpsteen Realtor, Out of the Box Properties. Our website is outofthebox.properties. You will find me oftentimes connected at some of the REIA events because I just love getting out and talking. So I can't wait till some of these things open up a little bit more.
Yeah, really.
We can actually talk in person again, right? My phone number is area code 314-858-6034. Feel free to call, text. Again, I'm easy to find on Facebook. You can messenger me. Whatever your method of choice is. I have Snapchat. I really just use it for my kids. So, but most any other way you can find me.
Since entering into the real estate investing world, what are you most grateful for?
Partnerships. Being able to identify and find the right people to have on my team and to have in my tool belt, so that I can pull out the right plumber, the right sewer lateral guy, all of the different money people. There's so many different ways that you can fund these projects that people just aren't aware of. So being able to, I took a lot of time. I've been in real estate now for almost 4 years. I've been in rehab, remodel, and construction for almost 20 years. But I spent my first couple of years of real estate really networking and developing a strong team of multiple individuals that I'm comfortable working with and I'm comfortable putting my clients in front of. One of the biggest challenges that I think we have in the real estate investment world is that it's sometimes hard to identify who's a really good partner for your team and who maybe isn't, who has their own initiatives and might disappear later on down the road. So having gone through all of those first couple of years, really developing those relationships is significant for me and my clients.
So before I hit you with the last question, I want to say thank you for being on the show today, and I wish you nothing but much more success. Okay.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with that sunny, beautiful weather behind you. I love it.
I know. This is great.
All right. Finally, Lori, what's your definition of real estate investing success?
Being able to profitably bring multiple projects in that meet whatever your investing goal might be in a way that also helps improve the community and the real estate landscape.
Investors, I hope you've enjoyed my quick conversation today. Check out more great content like this at UnitedStatesRealEstateInvestor.com. Also, do not forget to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you find podcasts. Please do us a huge favor and visit our sponsor, ARS Construction, at advancedroofsys.com. Thanks for listening, and as always, stay grateful, stay successful, and be free. If you'd like to be a guest or a host in your city, please contact us at UnitedStatesRealEstateInvestor.com. Music by Harris Heller. Is your rental business not running quite the way you hoped? Are tenant problems becoming, well, your problem? Are you skeptical about turning over your rental portfolio to a property manager? Meet Mark Dolfini, landlord coach, full-time real estate investor, and best-selling author of the book, The Time Wealthy Investor 2.0. Mark once thought that real estate investing was the best way to quit his job and become his own boss. The trouble was, he ended up working more hours than ever and ended up working for the worst boss in the world, himself. With lots of help, learning, and trial and error, Mark has turned his once 20-hour-per-day real estate job into a 2-hour-per-week real estate business, and he'd like to share his secrets with you so you can do the same. Head on over to landlordcoach.com/STL for Mark's free Quick Start Kit. Look, money's important, no doubt, but time is the holy grail. If you're ready to have the passive income real estate business you've always dreamed of, if you want more money and time in your life, if you want actual freedom on your calendar, if you want time wealth, head on over to landlordcoach.com/STL for your free Quick Start Kit. That's landlordcoach.com/STL. Remember, if you don't place a value on your time, someone else will.